This particular home is not like your traditional house. JARtB House is located in Toorak. It's nestled in a tree-lined street, and there's an eclectic mix of housing typologies. I was really interested in having tension between those typologies because I'm a strong believer that having that tension and juxtaposition sets both of those things off and makes them stronger. This project is really a critique on the idea that art and architecture are separate disciplines. It wasn't too long ago where the architect was considered an artist, and in the 21st century that's been forgotten, I think. A good way to reconnect to that idea was to fuse the two, showcasing all the artwork that I've been collecting and doing myself over the years in a really contemporary Baroque fashion. We have two diametrically opposed programs. So you have an art gallery and you have a home. And the white strip that you'll see through the house that starts from the back to the front really is circulation space, but it's also the art gallery itself. The idea is that we're always living in and amongst the art. The other thing that was important for us is that the art is not just a prosthetic or just something that you stick on the wall, but it actually interacts with space. So you have this really tall, voluminous space, and you'll see these wonderful giraffes that were designed in accordance with the space. There's a link between the programmatic use, its colour, and how it works. The mural up the top, done by the Spanish artist PichiAvo, it's actually a contemporary narration of a lead light window that you would find in a big cathedral. The idea was that the facade can be experienced in two ways, inside and outside. The building has a north-south orientation, and we wanted to make sure that as the sun tracked over the building, light would interact and penetrate in different ways. On the outside, you have this glass shard, and when you're inside, it's really soft and beautiful, and you have these colours coming through the space. And one of the things that Baroque did that we found most interesting is that it departed from all the traditional notions and rules of the Renaissance period where you have strong symmetry. They had asymmetrical objects and they had round and ostentatious staircases. There's a real interplay between sharp geometric shapes and beautiful soft and round edges. And when these two things collide, you have a really interesting dialogue between those geometries, and then once you add the material to it, you have another layer on top.
The exciting thing about projects like this is Made by Story loves to work with intricate designs, bespoke challenges, and we love being pushed. It's really interesting to see now how clients and architects have chosen to use our product, timber flooring, for flooring application, walling application, and now we're moving into roofing application with all the bespoke planks that we're bringing out. Here at the JARtB House, we used 2 colours and 3 sizes to create the beautiful space that you see. So downstairs we have a 240 plank. This colour's called Sesame. When you look at this colour, it looks very natural and warm. There's no yellowness in it. It's a wide plank, it's a long plank, and the grading in that, we've sourced the best materials in terms of A and B grading, where there's minimal knots to create this seamless grain effect throughout the property. Billy came to us with a brief with the ceiling. He wanted a Japan black finish with really soft undertones. So we created a nice 190 plank in a custom-made colour. That was achieved by creating a soft stain over the European oak. Upstairs in the bedroom, once again, we have another plank, which is narrow and long, which Billy wanted to create that sort of warm feeling throughout the bedrooms. As you can see, the colours come to life.
We used, like we did in the Baroque years, skilled labour, and the idea was that everything is bespoke and handmade. The JARtB House incorporates many materials that are used in an unconventional way, and as such, there were many meetings and consultations on site with various trades, and they would overlap. You'll also find that there's a real juxtaposition between organic and man-made materials. And the tension between those two things is what really sets those materials off.
In terms of the installation component, our team had to work above and beyond to create this sort of finish, which we love doing. I love the way that timber elevates the beauty of space, especially the way Billy's chosen his materials. It's important for us that the end user and Billy and his family are actually enjoying the space, and for us as a company to see this house come to fruition is a priceless moment.
Our design approach, and me personally as an architect, has always been one of experimentation, but also being inclusive with ideas, narrative, and art being at the forefront. If you have people around you who can assist you along that way, then that's probably your best way forward. And we've had a great relationship with Made by Story and continue to do so into the future for all those reasons. And we're also interested in having a counterbalance to what we traditionally think that Toorak really is. It was more about a question than it is about a resolution or an answer for us. And I think that journey in the process was what we were looking for.